Question I get asked most is why all of a sudden has decarbonisation become such a big issue? I'd actually put it down to three reasons, most of which revolves around capital. The first one is investors. Investors have now decided that climate change and decarbonisation is a major issue. It impacts on the future of their investments. Secondly, regulators, and in particular the providers of capital. It is now becoming more difficult to access the capital markets if you are engaged in what we call non-sustainable businesses. Third reason, employees, suppliers and other stakeholders now care about this issue and they are demanding that corporates take action on decarbonisation. The question of where does Ireland stand on decarbonisation is often discussed. We now have the Climate Action Plan introduced by the government a couple of months ago. We think it's a great plan and KPMG certainly endorses the ambition, but there's still a lot to do to implement that plan. The message I want to give to people, however, is that you've seen nothing yet. Already we're seeing climate change hit the headlines again for a variety of different reasons. We're going to see a lot more action from regulators, the capital markets and others to force this agenda, and we as a country are going to have to respond quickly. So as corporates look to do something about decarbonisation for all the reasons I mentioned already, there's probably three key areas I would ask corporates to focus on. The first area is the area of renewable energy procurement, switching from brown power use to green power use. The second one, and the one that we do not talk enough about, is energy efficiency. We have all the technology solutions, all we need is the willingness from corporates to implement these solutions. And the third one, a circular economy, where we can do something much more productive and much more valuable with our waste. Government can do a lot on the decarbonisation agenda, and particularly with the budget coming up, the one area I would point to is carbon taxes. We're entering into an era where we're going to see much higher levels of carbon taxes, and the introduction of such taxes is going to impact on behaviour globally and in this country. However, I also want to say that this agenda is not just about government policy, it's about individual citizens actually taking actions themselves and working to persuade governments that this is the issue of the day, and therefore we all have a personal responsibility to do something about this and to encourage our governments to take the necessary actions.